Facebook, it's Kalia, beauty writer here at Refinery, and today we are at the Warren Tricomi Salon in the very fancy Plaza Hotel, and we're here with curly hair guru Nate Bova.
Hello, Facebook.
So as you can see, I've got my wig on, and we are doing 70s inspired Diana Ross, really big disco diva curls. We're doing it on the wig, but once we take the wig off, we're also going to show you guys how to do it on natural texture as well. So you don't need all this length, you can still do it. So yeah, we've seen these curls on Yara Shahidi. We've also seen Rihanna do it at the Grammys during her Wild Thoughts performance. It's something that is already popular during red carpet season, and I'm sure that we're going to see it even more. So Nate, tell us, why do you think this style is coming back in style?
You know, I really feel like it is just about time, okay? We've been blowing our curls out for way too long.
Yes.
And it is time to let that texture out, you know. Things are changing in fashion, textures are changing in fashion, and I think that textures are also changing with hair fashions and with hair trends. So to go along with that, I am more than happy to show everyone how to embrace their natural curl and to actually produce even more volume than what they have.
And you're obviously the best example for that because you've got some amazing curls yourself.
Oh, definitely. I've always embraced my natural curl, and I'm always trying to make my hair bigger.
So tell us what you're doing. Give us the rundown.
All right. So what I'm doing is I'm using a 1-inch wand of a ceramic iron. This is the Babyliss Pro, but you can also use a curling wand. You know, I'm a pro, so I can use this crazy fun clicky thing, but for the civilians, you know, it's much easier if you just use the wand that doesn't have the, that doesn't have the thing on it. So 1 inch, I'm using the Warren Tricomi Hot Tools spray. And this spray is amazing because it helps to give your hair shine. It has a hold to it, and it doesn't get flaky. You know, it keeps your hair soft and shiny. So I really like this. I like to spray this on the hair before I curl it. And at the top here, I'm letting the hair stand up, and I'm wrapping the hair around so you can get that volume at the root area here. Just let that sit for a moment.
And you're going all the way up to the top of the root?
That's right. That's correct. And then you can get that little bit of movement here, which also gives you that root lift that we want. Right here in the front.
Is it necessary to do like really small sections?
Yes, that is very, very important. I think when you do smaller sections, you're going to get more definition. You're going to get more volume as well. So very important.
Are you kind of just like freestyling in terms of the sections, or do you suggest like using a comb to section off?
Oh, definitely freestyling. You can use your fingers. You know, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Because while you're doing this, you want to be comfortable. This is a little bit time consuming. It's kind of painstaking. It's something that you're going to want to do when you have the time. So you want to definitely be comfortable while you're doing it.
And how hot does the iron have to be? Like, are we going like 450 with it? Or are we 450?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, to get the curls to stay, to get that shine, to get that definition, you want it to be pretty hot.
So the hotter it is, the longer the curls stay?
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Yes, we're almost done with the top here, so we're just going to go on the side now and finish the side, and then we'll brush these out, which will be so much fun just to give it that extra bit of volume.
So obviously this is a wig, but for the people at home who are blessed with this length, or whatever length they have, what is the best way to prep your hair before you hit it with the iron?
So if you have length and you need to prep your hair before you use the iron, it's also depending on the texture. If your hair is wavy, you can either let your hair air dry, or you can just hit it with the blower, and really just kind of power dry it. It's going to help you actually achieve more volume if you don't pull it straight. Just let it dry. Let it dry big, let it dry crazy, and then go in and do your curls. You're going to have a lot more volume that way.
And so we obviously started before we started filming, so tell Facebook a little bit about the pre-camera process with the wig if they're going to do this with their wigs at home.
So my advice, if you're going to do this with a wig at home, you don't have to actually have it on your head while you're doing it. You can, if you have a wig stand, you can pin the wig to the wig stand and to the form and just pretend you're me. And you can do it just like this, standing next to your wig form and your wig stand. And it's fun. You can do it while you watch your favorite show on Netflix or something.
So for those of us not blessed with your kind of volume and texture, what's your secret? I mean, aside from genetics.
Well, my secrets are as follows. There is a wonderful shampoo and conditioner that I love. It's by this company called Acure. And you can actually buy it at Whole Foods, mostly all natural. I really love this product. And I like their ingredients a lot. And they're not too heavy. For me, I don't like things to weigh my hair down, so I like a lighter weight product. So I use the Acure shampoo and conditioner. I use 2 different gels when I'm styling my hair. I use a very kind of liquidy gel at first all over, and then I put a thicker gel over top of it. Then I use a diffuser and I scrunch it dry upside down all the way until it's all the way dry, and then I spray it with some hairspray, and that's it. And I'm not talking expensive gels here. I'm talking Rusk Gelée Gloss, and sometimes I use the Warren Tricomi Orange Gel. Sometimes I use Tresemme. Dwayne Reed, baby.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
So what if you don't have time to diffuse? What are your tips for air drying?
My tips for air drying, you want to be less generous with your product if you're air drying. More generous with your product if you're using the diffuser, because you want more product on there to help to maintain the uniformity and to not get the frizz. You don't have to use as much if you're air drying. If you're twist drying, you can still use a good amount, if you want to twist your hair with the product in it. But yeah, air drying, definitely use a medium amount, and then, just go for it. Keep your hands out of it. Let it dry on its own.
And can you still achieve volume even without the heat tools and the irons and the diffusing? Is this something that can still be done even if you air dry?
Well, if you kind of flip your head upside down intermittently while it's almost dry, you flip over and you can kind of go through it. But that's really what I would suggest, and if you're not going to diffuse. You get your hands in it, but maybe every hour or so.
Because air drying seems to be easier, when it's warmer, right? I mean, obviously,
definitely.
Humidity.
Definitely when it's warmer. I mean, it's cold out. It's just not pleasant.
It's not fun, especially in New York.
Yeah, and then they have those awesome dryers that connect to your blow dryer. It's
the hooded attachment thing.
Yeah, with the hood attachment and everything, and there's a lot of things that you can do if you don't want to diffuse. Or you can put product in your hair the night before, sleep on that. You can kind of style it in the morning, maybe twist it up or braid it. Those are always good things to do.
And speaking of warmer months, spring and summer, what are some spring hair trends that you're loving and that you're seeing so far?
Well, what I'm seeing again is I'm seeing a lot of volume. I'm seeing a lot of people, cutting off their long hair. They're doing the lob. Everybody's doing the lob and getting the balayage highlights. And, I'm still seeing the fun colors. I'm still seeing those fun pastel colors, and also using of the curling iron just to get that funky, wavy lob. People are really loving that. So I'm seeing a lot of change, which is nice.
Is that something that you see at a salon like this? Like it's, you know, a very chic, very posh salon, but do you still see some of those fun color trends and cut trends here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here at Warren Tricomi, we have a very diverse client base. And we have your, you know, really rich people who live on Park Avenue, and then we also have your you know, the people who work and live downtown and they come up here. We have your yuppie crowd, we have your rich crowd, we have the artist crowd. We have people who, you know, they'll save up to come, you know, because they know that they're going to get a great job.
What's the most surprising style that you've done here at Warren Tricomi?
Well, I took someone who has hair like this length, like the length of your wig, and they went from this color and this length to pixie and bleach blonde.
Oh my God.
It was so much fun. I didn't know her. She was new, which sometimes it's better because if you know them, you're less likely to do a change that big because you know they're going to flip out. So I didn't know her. I said, "Are you sure? Are you positive? All right, let's do this." And we went for it.
Oh, wow.
We went for it, and it was fantastic. It turned out amazing.
And she had no fear at all? Wow.
Nope. No fear
That's a
whatsoever.
brave woman. I salute whoever you are if you're watching.
Exactly.
That's
and even if
amazing.
she did, like, I wouldn't have known, and I was in that mood too, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Totally into it.
So how are the curls looking?
They are looking fantastic. They're looking really shiny. I love the color in this wig because it's got some lighter highlights going, and I think that really matches with the texture. It kind of emphasizes the curls. It just looks great all around.
What other curls can you get with this iron?
Well, with shorter hair, you can curl it like this, leave the ends out, and you get that really funky wavy look, which I love. You can also do like old school, like Marilyn Monroe style, you know, like a basic set, and you have like that, you can do the vintage Hollywood movie star look, which I also love doing.
Those never get old, Hollywood waves.
And, you know, it's always a good excuse to like wear red lipstick with the old Hollywood look.
Yes.
It's always a good time for that.
That's why they call it a classic.
Exactly.
Like the
exactly.
best pair.
This size goes for a lot of classic looks for sure. The bigger iron will do your bigger waves, your more beachy, carefree looks. And this one really does help to get a little bit more shape and a little bit more definition with things.
And then you're gonna brush, right?
Yes, I'm very excited. We have like 2 curls left to do. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to take the brush through here, and I'm gonna show you just a very easy technique on how to make this huge.
Because that's what Diana Ross is known for. Like,
That's
she
right.
never has flat hair. Like, I've seen many pictures of Diana, the boss, in my days, and
That's correct.
she's never flat.
Agreed. All right, so we're going to turn you around now, and we're going to actually face the mirror.
Cool.
That way we can see what we got
Wow,
going
look at all
on
these
here.
curls.
So as you can see, I made it so that there's a lot of height on top. That was very, very important for me. And so that, you know, everything can go over the front here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a flat brush. I love this brush. It's by a company called Denman, and it's fantastic. You're just going to do a couple of strokes through. And what it does is it softens everything up.
And you're not combing the curl out completely, right?
Exactly. And the way that we put them in, they're going to stay. You could do a few strokes through. It's still going to stay. As you can see, it's like staying gorgeous beautifully.
And so you just keep on brushing through, like, until you get the wave that you want.
Until you get that nice waviness, exactly.
I like how the curls kind of like emphasize the highlights in this wig too.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fantastic.
that. And then you don't have to spray anything before you curl. You just go
Nope.
for it with the brush.
Yep, you just go for it.
It's awesome.
That's why it's so important to get the curls in properly from the beginning. So that you can work it and you won't lose it.
I love that. Is this a style that you do often here?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Do people specifically ask for Diana Ross curls?
They'll either say that or they'll say Rihanna. Give me those Rihanna curls. Or they'll go like you, but bigger curls. Okay, I could do that.
So does a curly girl ever use a curling iron? Like, do you ever find the need to?
On myself, no, but yeah, people with different textures. There's so many different textures out there that yes, you can. You know, some people's hair just gets wavy with like a little bit of frizz, and then to take away that frizz, you can touch it up, you know, with the iron. So what we're going to do now is we're doing like a little bit of a tease technique, and what you want to do is you do one push, one push, one push. Okay, so you're going one at the root, one at the middle, and one at the end. And it's even longer. One more at the end. And we're going to do that all over. Just to get that extra bit of volume.
How do you prevent frizz when you do that? Or is frizz a good thing?
Well, if you look back at Diana Ross hair, there's definitely a decent amount of frizz going on. And that's something that you definitely just want to embrace when you're doing this. You know, we're definitely going to make a little bit of frizz. And in this, a little bit of frizz is our friend.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit of well-placed frizz works for like natural and curly hair.
Totally. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ever so slightly in there. Just gives you that last nice bit of texture.
This hair like expanded because when I brought you this wig, like it was going through some things.
That is right. Fun times. I love this.
It's so good. And is there anything that we need to like keep the curl, to maintain the curl, like once we frizz it out a little bit?
Right here, what I might do is actually just spray with a touch of hairspray. And whatever your favorite, you know, medium hold texture hairspray, I think that will work out just fine. Also, you can use a texture spray, like a dry shampoo spray. And I think that those work really well. They help to give the curls some texture as well. L'Oreal makes a really great second day dry shampoo spray. And it gives the curls this wonderful texture. So, here we have our big, beautiful, voluminous.
God. I want to go to the disco and put on my jumpsuit.
That's right.
I love this.
Yeah, this is great. And the color looks beautiful on you as well. It's a very, very nice color.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to take it off.
Well, yes. Now it's time to work on your hair.
All right, let's do
On
it.
the hair that's growing out of your head. Yeah, this is beautiful. This looks fantastic.
Wait, so how would you sleep in this? Like if I wanted to keep my wig on overnight, how would I maintain this?
I would maybe put on a sleeping cap. You know, I would just kind of carefully bunch this in. You know, which is also makes it for a really awesome look too. You could do like an updo. Look at this. Now you have a bob.
I feel like we're going to see something like this at the Oscars.
Oh, definitely. These usually show up at the big award shows. You make the big wave, You bunch it up, you pin it in. It's a lot easier than it looks sometimes. And this is a very easy look to achieve.
So easy.
So yeah, and then you put a cap on and you can sleep with it. You can also just, do your hair in a ponytail and just kind of wrap it around. That way you still have the hair going in the curl formation. You take it out, shake it, and you still have it. You still have it going. All right. Are you ready?
Awesome. All right, let's take it off.
Are you ready to part? You ready to part with your wig now?
I'm not ready, but that's what weekends are for, because she's definitely coming back out this weekend.